Peace to the family. Was Gutty? It's your boy back with another episode. I'm the host, Jody Wins. Welcome to the Jody Wins Show. I hope y'all having a good Monday so far. You know what I mean? Monday is not a favorite day for people, but I always tell people Mondays don't suck. Your job do. We had games in the NFL. I ain't gonna really get into the NFL today. We gonna cover that maybe tomorrow on tomorrow's show. But we had some NBA games. Well, we had a little bit of NBA games. This is going to be a short episode, but I just wanted to check in. A lot has happened since the last time I was with y'all. You know, shout out to Dame Lillard. Shout out to Giannis. You know, they did their thing. Especially from the start of the season. They was a terrible-ass team in the beginning of the season. For them to turn around and actually win the cup, that's what's up. But yesterday we had the Rockets go against the Raptors. We had the Rockets win 114-110. Rockets improved to 19-9. Raptors dropped to 7-22. It's a motherfucking cemetery over there. Since I already cussed today, I ain't gonna start today. But from episode tomorrow and beyond, my goal, I gotta stop cussing. So Jalen Green had 22-7. Sangoon had 17, 10, and 5. They all three of them was out there hooping. For the Raptors, Walter had 27. He led all scorers for the Raptors. R.J. Barrett didn't play. You know, he had an illness. We had the Pacers go against the Kings. The Pacers won 122-95. Siakam led all Pacers with 19 and 10. Fox for the Kings. He had 23-7. You know, there was that game was pretty weak to me. You know, I thought it would be more. You know, the Kings is kind of a letdown this year. You know, they signed DeRozan. And they terrible. So it's just like, you know, DeRozan should have went somewhere else. Shout out to the Pacers for getting that dub though. We had the Nuggets go against the Pelicans. They had an overtime game. Nuggets won in overtime, 132-129. The Nuggets improved to 15-11. Pelicans dropped to 5-25. It's a terrible cemetery over there. Joker had his sixth straight triple-double, 27, 13, and 10. Westbrook been playing well with the Nuggets. I like how he fitting in over there. He ain't trying to do too much, but he also always available to do what the team needs. You know, he fitting in perfect over there. I thought in the beginning of the season that he wouldn't fit, but you know, he stepped up. He always stepping up when he need to step up. For the Pelicans, C.J. McCollum had 24, 6, and 9. Missy and Murphy both had 21. Hawkins had 25 off the bench. I think this was a showcase game for McCollum. You know, somebody gonna pick him up. The Pelicans already went out and said they willing to trade Zion. McCollum to have a game like this. It all showed me that all it do is show me that this is a showcase game. Show people that he still got it, and you know, he won't be there long. I'm pretty sure, cause he a good player. He can fit in for another contending team. So that was all the games that we had yesterday. We're going to get into my predictions for the night's game. We got the Rockets. We got the Rockets going against the Hornets. I got the Rockets beating the Hornets because the Rockets been cooking this year. They really looking like one of them teams that's a problem. I'm not saying they going to win it, but they remind me of OKC last year when OKC made the turnaround. The Rockets got a nice squad. Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, Sangoon. They got veterans. You know, Fred VanVleet, they got everything. They got toughness from Dylan Brooks. They got an offensive juggernaut with Jalen Green. They got Jabari. The Rockets just cooking this year. Like, I can see them. You know, I know they're young, but they could make it, you know, to the second round, third round Western Conference Finals. If this is not a fluke, but they just been hooping. Like, yo, they 19-9. You know, they 10 games over 500. So I can see the Rockets out there hooping, even though they a young squad. You know, they don't really got. You know, I think they can sneak past the first round, sneak past the second round, or surprise people in the first round, surprise people in the second round, And honestly, they can probably get to the Western Conference Finals. So, shout out to the Rockets. Just like the Golden State Warriors with Steve Kerr, Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson built the Golden State Warriors. And then he said something that people didn't like, and they got him out of there, put Steve Kerr there. And Kerr just benefited off of the work that Mark Jackson did. And then they got KD, So that's basically what they did in Boston. Ime Udoka, he built them. He got them to the finals. He got them to the Western Conference Finals. He did something that they didn't like, got him out of there, put somebody else in there, brought in Drew Holiday and Porzingis, and they won a ring. So shout out to Ime Udoka. Shout out to the Rockets. I hope y'all is a legit team. Shout out to Dylan Brooks. Memphis got rid of him because he was poking LeBron. Pause. And LeBron went off and dropped 30-something on them and eliminated them. Shout out to Dylan Brooks. Shout out to Fred VanVleet. He a champion. He won a ring in Toronto with Kawhi. Jalen Green, he was in the media over the summer for doing some wild stuff. But, he can turn it around. Sengun, he hooping. Shout out to the Rockets. I can see them being, like I said, an issue in the West. We got the Jazz going against the Cavs. We got Donovan Mitchell going against his old team. Cavs finna win by 40. Like, that's not even no close game. Jazz is done. I think Jazz should be trying to trade everybody too. Free Larry Marketing, free Jordan Clarkson, free Colin Sexton, free John Collins. They need to free everybody. We got the Celtics going against the Magic. The Celtics gonna win that. They gonna blow them out. Celtics finna cruise by them by 100. Sixers versus the Spurs. I got the Spurs winning that. I don't really see the Sixers being consistent this year, and I honestly don't even think they should try to win no games because, they already terrible, so you might as well try to get a draft pick, to pair them with Embiid, PG, Maxey, McCain. Then you got a full roster with, you know what I mean? Y'all can do something next year or trade, rebuild, like, Embiid, it might be time for Embiid to go. You can honestly trade PG after some time. Trade him. He got value still. But yeah, I got the Spurs winning that. The T-Wolves versus the Hawks. Ant-Man is my guy. They got a little squad over there, but they've been struggling. So I'm gonna go with the Hawks. I think Hunter, he been cooking. Johnson been cooking. Trae Young been cooking. I think they can beat the Wolves. I think they can beat the Wolves. We got the Nets versus the Heat. I got the Heat winning that game. Jimmy Butler is not finna lose to Brooklyn, even though they finna trade him or he could be getting shopped. He ain't finna let the Brooklyn Nets beat him. So we got the Raptors going against the Knicks. Knicks finna cook them. We got the Bucks versus the Bulls. I got the Bucks. Yeah, Bulls ain't really got nobody. Zach LaVine, he finna get traded. I already know. He don't want to be there. They've been trying to trade him for years, but that contract is wild. But I think this is the year somebody going to get him out of there. We got the Clippers going against the Grizzlies. I got the Clippers. James Harden, he been leading them guys without Kawhi. Norman Powell been out there cooking. I think James Harden can lead the Clippers past the Grizzlies. Shout out to Josh. They got a little squad. They out there hooping too, but I think James Harden's going to be too much for them. Got the Blazers versus the Mavs. I got the Mavs cooking the Blazers. I think Luka finna go for a 40-point triple-double. Kyrie going to possibly get 30. Clay going to get like 15, even though he been struggling. They finna body them niggas. Got the Suns versus the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets gonna win, but I'm not finna go against the Suns. I'm not finna go against my nigga KD. So I'm gonna go with the Suns. Shout out to Russell Westbrook too, my nigga over there, but I gotta go with KD. We got the Pacers against the Warriors. I got the Warriors finna cooking the Pacers. Curry finna drop 30 on them, Pistons versus the Lakers. I got the Pistons winning that game. Like, Lakers be struggling. against teams that everybody think is trash. Lakers be struggling. I think AD gonna have a ridiculous game, but I think the Pistons, they not the Pistons that they was last year. You know, Cade Cunningham, he gonna get a triple double. Like, I'm pretty much guaranteeing it. I got the Pistons by like 10. You know, so Saturday we had the Spurs go against the Blazers. You know, Spurs won, but what stands out is my nigga Wemby had 30 points and 10 blocks. 10 blocks is ridiculous, you know. That's his second 10-block game in his career. This is his second year in the NBA. I think Wemby is special as hell. Like, I think he a motherfucking alien. He gonna be one of them dudes. He gonna have multiple quadruple doubles, like 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 blocks, 10 assists, or 10 steals. He can do it all. He can dribble. He can shoot. He's linked. He can dunk, pause. You know what I mean? He got it all. Like, he got it all. He just got to bulk up a little bit. Not bulk up like, you know, LeBron, but just add a little bit more muscle like KD did. And I think Wemby going to be an issue. He might end up being the greatest player of all time because he can do it all. Last year, you know, his team was hating on him. Not trying to give him the ball, but he still put up buckets. He still won the Rookie of the Year. He got snubbed for the Defensive Player of the Year. But this year, he going to get the Defensive Player of the Year. I think he can possibly get Most Improved because the nigga improved. But Norman Powell finna take that. Yeah, shout out to Wemby. Like, that nigga's crazy. That motherfucker's an alien, a created player. You know, 7'4", 7'5", whatever he is. You know, arm length is ridiculous. You know, his arms is longer than me. Pause. He can dribble. He can defend. He can pass. He can shoot from anywhere on the court. You know, shout out to Wemby, you know. And for him to be with the Spurs, they got a history of grooming big man, pause. But, yeah, shout out to Wemby. He had 30 and 10. I think they said it's only been like 12 players that ever had 30 points and 10 blocks. Wemby did it twice, so this is crazy. You know, David Robinson, I think he did it a couple of times. Or I think he did it before. And he also played with the Spurs. But shout out to Wemby. Yeah. I might as well cover one of the games. So we had some football games yesterday. We gonna cover the Cowboys versus the Bucks. Cowboys won 26-24. Cowboys improved to 7-8. Bucks dropped to 7-8 or 8-7. 7-8, yeah, something like that. Cooper Rush was 26 for 35 for 292 yards. He had one touchdown. Baker Mayfield was 31 for 43, 276 yards. He had two touchdowns and an interception. CeeDee Lamb had 7 receptions for 105 yards. I don't even know why the Cowboys even won. You know, like, it was a close game. The Bucks only lost because they stripped the ball, but at the end of the game. But I don't understand why the Cowboys is even winning games. Like, this is the dumbest position you can be. Not make the playoffs. You're not making the playoffs and you still trying to win games. Like, you messing up your stock in the draft. So, I don't know, Cowboys. I don't know what they be doing, like I said. Unless they must got a trick up their sleeve, but I don't really know what they on. So, yo, I was going to take a break all week. And try to get stuff situated. But I just want to let y'all know we adding stuff. You know, I'm going to add some more events or shows to the channel. You know, this is the podcast, The Jody Wynn Show. I appreciate everybody that's been watching The Jody Wynn Show. But we also finna get into gaming. You know, I'm setting up this other room over here for gaming. Gaming Gone Wild. We finna be litty over there. So shout out to y'all. I hope y'all dig that. Get more subscribers to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. You know, I'm really out here trying. I think 2025 gonna be a nice year for the channel. And anything that I put my mind to, I always make it come to fruition. So I'm very great at bringing my ideas into reality, and I think this is gonna work. So just keep watching, keep sharing, like, share, and subscribe. Peace. We out.